Welcome to season 2 of Dropping Gems After Show. On today's show, our guest LaToya Stone is the creator and lead coach of Your Hidden Treasure Incorporated, a company designed to support women in manifesting their goals. A native of Queens, New York, LaToya's expertise includes empowerment and motivation. She is a certified life coach and wellness trainer who has worked with individuals nationwide and in the Caribbean. With an undeniable positive spirit, the dedicated coach has been shining inspiration on people's life's journeys for more than a decade. So I want you to stay tuned. We will be right back. You are watching Dropping Gems After Show.
Dropping gems from Keisha Christian. She's on a mission, sharing information, knowledge for soul, body and mind. Dropping gems, KeishaGems.com, KeishaGems.com.
Venice Richards, your pure romance consultant, inspires women to enhance their intimate lives and take care of their sexual health. Book your party today. Visit pureromance.com/Venice Richards or call 631-943-1868 for more information or to place an order. For inquiries for sponsorship or advertising on this program, email info@KeishaChristian.com for more information. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I just have to say thank you, LaToya, for taking time out of your schedule today to come on my show. I am so honored, and I'm so happy to have you on. You don't know how excited I am. And I'm just excited for you. And I have to tell you, I have been watching you over the years, even though at one point we lost touch. And every time I see you on social media, I see what you're doing. I'm so happy and I'm so proud of you. I just want to share that with you before we even begin.
Listen, the sentiments are exactly the same. I feel the same way. Like, I love the work that you're doing and just bringing wellness to our community and the world at large. I think the universe is amazing because it's like full circle. When we were like teenagers or preteens, we met at a retreat, right? And we would go dedicate our weekends to go to this church retreat, and we had so much fun. Like, we really like wanted to go. I remember like we would call each other like, are you going? Are you going? We really wanted to go and dedicate our time to learning, to utilizing our talents. And now, I don't know, 20 something years later, here we are still doing that work, right? Really finding the opportunity to heal ourselves and do our own personal work and then inspire and share it with others. So it's just a really awesome opportunity to come and share with you and just to reconnect in this way.
Yes, most definitely. And I just want to let everyone know, LaToya and I actually met when we were about 12 or 13 years old. And LaToya she was always so much fun. We like to dance together, sing. And then when she talked about the retreats, we would be up all night when we were supposed to be in bed. So it was so much fun. And just watching, even though we disconnected for a few years, just watching how, as you just said, the universe bringing us full circle and coming back together again.
Yes, indeed.
And I also have to let everyone know, LaToya was the first coach I ever heard about. Like, prior to that, I never heard that term before. I mean, although I am a coach, but at the time, this might have been like 20 years ago, LaToya, when she first started her business and she became a coach, it was a term that I was not familiar with until now. Now it's more popular. So many people are coaches for all sorts of things. So what made you want to become a coach?
Yeah, I had always thought that in some point in my life, I would go back really when I had money and then I would support people, right? But what I realized is that in every role that I had in corporate America, I was coaching my staff, right? And since about 2002, I've been starting my own real in-depth journey of my own self-healing and recognizing the things that I do and why I do them, and just getting really connected with myself. And so a combination of those two things plus being laid off twice in 3 years, I was like, it's about that time I put it in my own hands and really start to utilize the gift that I've been given, right? I've really feel that this is a calling for me, and it just made me just recenter and say yes in that moment, because those were two challenging experiences that just brought forth the gift for me to just go ahead and say yeah. And I said yes, and I've been saying yes ever since then, really unfolding the way I work and support people on their journey. I've added a whole lot of things before then. And it's interesting because coaching is really something that we all know about, but you're so right. Nowadays, it's so many coaches, but when we knew about them, we knew about it more so in the sporting arena or maybe like in the dance arena, but not with self-development, right? People kind of forgot about that, yet we're all trying to win in life. Right. And so I really just dedicated my life to that, because I find myself that that's all I want to do. I could do that all day long and it's not like I'm working,
Yeah. So basically what you're telling me is that you found your passion, your purpose.
For sure. For sure.
And then when you find your passion or your purpose, it doesn't become work anymore.
Absolutely not. All day long I could do it. I mean, I literally, it's like a fuel injection, like I get hyped when I get the opportunity, because I don't take it lightly either. The fact that I do have the opportunity to support people in their lives so that they can get their win in their lives, so they can interrupt the patterns that they've been doing and it's keeping them stuck, so that just gives me so much honor. And I feel so humble with that, opportunity every time.
Nice. So, can you actually tell us what are the benefits of coaching? I know on my end, it's being a holistic wellness educator and teaching others how to live holistically. What are the benefits for coaching coming from your angle?
Yeah. So, one of the things is we show up for other people as humans more than we show up for ourselves. Right. And so the accountability factor. So people will have things on their to-do list, like I want to get to this goal in this year, and then it'll be 4 years later and it's still on their list and they haven't done it. Right. So a coach holds you accountable. Right. And for me, I meet with my clients on a weekly basis so that I can make sure that they're developing systems to support them and really manifesting that goal. And it's also a cheerleader. I think we talk to our friends, we talk to our family, but they kind of know us. So they're like, whatever, you're not doing that, whereas a coach is really not judgmental. I don't know their past, and that's not something I really focus on. I take them from where they are in this moment and I bring them and support them in getting to where they desire to be. So I'm really rooting from them before they even believe that they can do it. So you have that. And then I challenge them, right? I challenge when I hear the patterns coming up and I hear the language that's keeping them stuck. I challenge that so that they can go higher. And so that's a really great benefit just to have in your corner on an ongoing basis. I give all of my clients heart work. So in between the time that they work with me, they have to do, really work on who they are becoming and do some things. So it really is ultimate benefit when you have that, because we can never see ourselves fully,
Most definitely. I see that. And I love that term. You have them do heart work.
Yes.
Yeah, you work on yourself. You work on your heart. I love that.
Because we spend so much time in our head, like we got to be doing this for work, or whether you're in school, so much time's in our head, and our head can kind of trip us up from time to time. So really allowing ourselves to be in the heart and see what's there and to uncover that and to become what's in there, then it supports us into really propelling forward and manifesting everything that we desire. So I
Most
let them spend some time there. They don't always love me at that point, but they get it after a while when they start seeing things manifest.
most definitely. I could imagine them not loving you, you know.
Right. At that point, it's a little, because it's hard, right? We're not conditioned to be in our heart. Actually, we're conditioned to not even pay attention to that so that we can keep going, right? And so if you want to excel and do something different, you can't keep operating the same way you have been anyway. So we got to do something different. And the different is to go to the heart. And so some people are, whether it's a fear that comes up, resistance, and all of those things, but it's part of the process. And once we get through it, because that's the only way we can get on the other side, is through, then they start to appreciate all of the work that they had to move through.
So true, so true. Is one of the things I talk about is emotion, and
Mhm.
it's okay to feel your emotion.
100%.
Because it's all it is energy.
That's
So
right.
you just go through it. You recognize it. Like the other day, I was feeling sad, and I allowed myself to feel sad and not push that feeling away. You
Right.
know,
I
and
think it's
recognize it, and then you move on from there.
Yeah, I think it's so true. We just been conditioned in such a different way. Like, because as you just said, it's just really energy in motion. It really wants to move through us. And while it's moving through us, it wants to teach us something about what we haven't been aware of so that we can change, evolve, do something different. But what
Mhm.
tends to happen, like you just mentioned, we pretend it's not there, we cover it up and we keep covering it up. And the saying, eventually you're going to trip over that hump that's in the carpet. And so really just being okay with feeling the feelings, because we can recover, and we will. We have seen that time and time again.
Exactly, most definitely. One thing we didn't mention, the name of your company. I love
Oh,
the name. Your hit. While I'm talking, I'm like, I didn't even ask about your hidden treasure. So you actually have your clients meet or to discover what their hidden treasure is.
that's right. That is right. It's interesting because back when I was starting the practice, I was like, what is the name going to be? I want it to be very reflective of me and what I went through and supporting other people. And I don't know what I was watching because I don't really watch a lot of TV, but there was a commercial on, and the commercial was like a newscaster, and they were pretending to sell something, but they went to this little box at the top that said hidden treasure. And I was like, aha, because I'm also in a sorority and my name is Hidden Treasure. So it's
Ah,
like such a full circle because it's exactly what I supported myself through with support of my people, and then what I also offer support for others. So it's like, I love the name.
I love that. I really love that story behind it as well.
Yeah.
So I want to shift gears a bit and I want to talk about your new book. Well, your first book, actually, right? So
Yeah.
let's talk about that. And that was like really exciting. When I saw that on social media, I was jumping up for joy. Like, I can't even tell you what was going on in this house when I saw
I
that.
have it right here.
I
Yes.
love the
So,
cover. I love everything. I love it.
yes. So, Life Lessons That Heal the Soul is the title of the book. And so my spiritual practice, daily routine, devotion is every morning I need to get myself grounded to support me through the day. And so it changes throughout the course of, months, years, weeks. But one thing that's really consistent is I read something that gives me inspiration, motivation, whether a sacred text or just a devotional book. And so one time years ago, I was reading, and then literally after I read, I got a message, download, idea, whatever you want to call it, that said, oh, you need to write this for something like this for others because it'll support them. And I was like, I'm not a writer. And I just filed it somewhere in my file cabinet in my head. And I just didn't want to go there. And then, every now and then I would pick it back up. Like, this is what, just write a couple of things. But it was not until 2020 when I went back for more training in coaching to become a spiritual life coach. And in that course, they were talking about like something that was unfinished. And as soon as they said that, quickly
Mm.
resonated that I needed to complete was the book. And so the book is a process of all of my experiences that have kind of healed my soul so that I reframed it and created a victory out of the situation. And so that's what it supports people to begin to look at. How do these lessons, how do these experiences support you really to move to the next level, not to wallow in what was, but to create what you desire. And so yeah, it's my first book. Super excited. It just was launched in I think November, so a couple months in, but really a great tool to support people in looking at their life through the lens of a lesson.
Yes. I don't know what's coming up with me like journal. I don't know that word's coming up with for me for some reason right now. So, do you have like some accompanying journal with it?
So that's so great that you asked that, because in the book there is actually places for you to write, and I recommend, because it's really a 23-day process. It's not like you just read the whole book in one sitting. You read it technically kind of the same way I, set my day. So I offer that people read it, in the morning, do the process, and then write, whether in the book or on their own personal journal. I'm laughing because I've gotten at least 8 or so responses from people once they got the book, and they was like, I didn't listen to you, I just couldn't stop reading, I read the whole thing. And I'm like, it's fine, whatever your process needs to be, that's just my offer. One of the amazing things that I'm getting the opportunity to do right now, people that have purchased the book in the beginning of the year, we started a 23-day process with the book. So every morning at 6 a.m. we're moving through the book, and I'm supporting them a little deeper by adding principles and laws for them to like really peel back the layers and do the healing work that's necessary to lay the foundation for this new year so that they can create. So it's an awesome experience, the whole unfolding of the book. Like when I wrote it, I didn't think I was going to do all of this, but then it just kind of, the way the universe works, you just need to do the first step and then it just starts going.
It's called evolution.
Yeah.
Definitely. You mentioned something about laws. What do you mean exactly when you talking about laws that go along with the principles you have in your book?
Yeah, so as a spiritual life coach, one of the things that is differentiation of a spiritual life coach versus, a regular life coach is that, I'm governed under the spiritual laws and universal principles. And so I will bring that into each day, potentially. It might be a principle, it might be a law, to see how this particular topic, whether, let's say, fear, one of the topics that's in the book, what's the thing to support you or for you to notice about how your life is unfolding that can help you to kind of get a little bit more clear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're all governed, and so we don't have to know, right? But it's just operating, just like the law of gravity. It's operating no matter what. And so I think once we get information about those laws and principles, it just supports us in understanding why things have unfolded the way they have, what I can do differently to shift what has been happening. So it just gains greater insight, I believe.
Oh, definitely. I love that. Do you mind giving us, I don't want you to give away your book or anything like that, but can you give us an example of a principle or a law that you teach in your morning classes?
Sure. So, like, let's see. For today, it was about awareness, right? Because the title of the section today was number one. And I kind of explained the aha moment that I had when I started to understand being number one, what that was about, right? And it's a very interesting aha moment. And then so to support the spaces and places that we are number one, the only way that happens is if there's awareness. So I talked about the principle of awareness, right? The state of being conscious, right, of what's happening internally and externally, right? So then we just unpack that a little bit with focusing on the principle. Then there's a reflection moment in the book where they get their journaling opportunity. So they'll journal. Today's reflection went a little deeper. It also, there's few pages that give healing exercises as well. So today's was about writing out 23 attributes of yourself. Many of them got stuck and they're like, wow, I couldn't even think of 23. I had someone say I started to write negative things and was like, wait, I got to scratch that out, so just becoming aware, right? So that principle awareness will support us in seeing the places that we are in, number one. And then we always end with some type of meditation. So it's only a half hour, but, we kind of go in, read the excerpt, I give them a law or a principle, they journal, and we discuss, if anyone has any question, anything has come up or resonated within that time. And then we go to end it out with a meditation. And the meditations, range depending on what the theme of the day is. So
nice. So you do like a guided meditation with them?
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because I feel like this is what happens. Like you just said, the cover looks nice, right? and this is what I do. So I really got a platform that I think would support people. If the cover looked nice, the title sounds nice, if it sounds like something that I need to be doing, I would buy the book. Especially if it was a daily process, I might not get to it. So what I did was open a space of accountability so we can literally go through it. Like they bought it for one reason or another, but then just to hold them accountable by creating the space. So and then it's the beginning of the year. So so we go through it every single day for 23 days. This is the first round. I've also gotten a couple calls that, hey, I didn't get my book in time, are you going to do this again? And I'm going to do it at the middle part of the year as a refresher kind of check in for those that had the book and has not done anything with it, or just those that want to redo it, because I think it's about creating a space for yourself. So 23 days is not all it's going to take, as you and I both know, right? This is a constant journey, right? It's unfolding every single day when we become aware. So after your 23 days, you should do another 23 and another 23 and another 23. So it's just supporting people in building that, because even me as a practitioner, sometimes, I fall off within the consistency of being like every single morning at the same time. And I'm like, oh, just when I get time, And so this kind of provides the space for them to show up for themselves every day for 23 days at the same time.
That's beautiful. And I'll also too, not to beat up yourself, or just basically, that's what's coming to me as you're speaking about being aware of what your rituals are, the things that you do in your life, how you speak to yourself. Because coming to the 23 things that you talked about, I know some people might feel as though they're being arrogant or vain, writing all those things, 23 positive things about yourself. I know even sometimes when I read my bio, like I had to get I wrote my bio, but I had to get someone else to read it and then like, oh no, Keisha, you need to add this, you need to add this. And then when I go read my bio, I'm like, wow, this person's amazing. That's me.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, so I really like that. You having them really become aware of their light and how amazing they are.
That is so funny you said that. The meditation song today was I Am Light by India Ari. You are on
it. Yes. Yeah, because while I'm talking to you, I'm hearing things. Well, I don't want to say I'm hearing things. I'm not hearing voices.
Don't worry, I understand. I get it.
Yeah, but I have to make that clear for my audience. While she's speaking, I have to tell you, I'm hearing like messages of what things that you are doing. Even I feel as though even your book cover, everything was done purposeful. It was done with a purpose or an intention. The color of your book,
yes,
that was intentional.
Yeah.
The color you were wearing was intentional. How you posed, everything. That's the feeling I'm getting. You just didn't put like, oh, this is not. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, let's make that the cover.
Right. No, not at all. Yes, you got it. You got it spot on. Absolutely. And that's what it's about, right? I believe that within intention, that supports you in how you want to be, like what you desire to feel and experience is through the intentions on a day basis. So absolutely.
Nice. I love that. And Do you have anything else new coming up for you?
Oh, I do. Super excited. I am moving on to the podcast world now. So I have a podcast called the Better Me Podcast, and it's going to be launched very soon within the next week or two. And so it's really a great opportunity because most times as a coach, people can't really see our work because we're working with individuals, and that's just, on something on Zoom or, individual sessions. And so the style format of the podcast is going to be for call-ins. So, if you are experiencing something and you just want to call in and talk to someone, just touch base real quick, I'm going to be there to provide, that coach, that person for you in the moment. And so I'm really excited about that because it's just like, just making myself completely available for whatever comes and just going through that way. So it's coming soon. And then so in that way, it could be also interactive because I like that kind of stuff too. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, I love that. Call in. It's like a radio show.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. I could see you that being a disc jockey and people come on and get their advice.
Right. They're healing real quick, and really, again, the job of a coach is not to answer the question. The job of a coach is really to ask all of the questions based on what they hear. So, even though most people come to me and like, all right, tell me what I got to do. And I'm like, no, you really have to peel back your layers because in that way it becomes memorable. It becomes a part of their being when they resolve that within them instead of me telling them. Even if I see it, I just ask the question so it can resonate within them.
And who do you look to for support? Because I know you're doing the podcast, you being a coach as well, and this book. I mean, like I know as practitioners, we also need to take care of ourselves.
100%.
Because we can't pour from an empty cup. So I'm just wondering, like, who do you look to for support?
I have a whole full squad. So I tell people all the time, don't get it twisted. I make sure, and because I know who I am, I make sure in every arena that there is someone doing the same work that I do for others with me to pull me forward. So in health, I have my trainer and mentor. First and foremost is my spiritual directors and spiritual mamas. Like they hold me down at all costs right there. Within my family, my husband, my mom and dad, within finances and investment, I have 2 friends that are really supportive with that and call me higher and challenge me for real. And so I just make sure that in every arena that there is someone that can, and when I say someone, except for the family, everyone else is an expert in their field, right? Because I think that's important. We do have conversations all the time with our friends and our loved one, but that might not be the best support that you need in that moment. You need someone that has studied that has no skills, that has tools to give you, that can provide something that is more credible, so to speak, than, girl, go ahead and do this, right? Like not that kind of thing, because that's what we've been getting. You really need someone that's an expert. So I tend to find the people in the area that I respect that can really pull me forward. So that support is dire. I mean, my spiritual director and spiritual mama is on speed dial. I'm like, as things come up, just to support me in processing it through and make sure that I'm back present to this moment.
Oh, that's cool. And I'm pretty sure that that's something that you also focus on in your book, bringing it back to that.
Oh, yeah.
Finding accountability partners.
Yeah. Oh, I also have a mastermind group, right? In my mastermind group, the 2 people in there always challenge, throw something out, and it's like, boo, like it's really great. So yeah, you're right. Different groups and different arenas, but people that are, Jim Rohn says this, the 5 people you spend the most time with is really who you are, right? So I'm very cognizant of that because it's important to me.
Yeah. So what's coming to me is circles, finding your circle and your tribes, and we all have different circles that we actually go with or go to. And if you want to improve self, you definitely need to find those circles that are appropriate to you, that will challenge you and push you forward. You don't want to be the smartest person in the circle, as I say. I'm always learning and pushing and challenging myself. I think that's quite effective in making us more well-rounded beings.
Absolutely. I think that the very first thing that I did when I said yes to doing this coach work is I got a coach. That's the very first thing I did. Now, I had already had a spiritual director, but I got a coach because this is the direction. So I'm very biased in this wellness arena because I believe that this is where people should spend their attention, time, and energy instead of so many other things that consistently distract them. But I'm biased, I'll say that, but I will spend my time, attention, and energy so much in within this arena.
Yes, most definitely. And I want to know, outside of coaching and your book and all that you do, what is your favorite thing to do?
Favorite thing to do. I'm still like good old dance, hanging with my family. That really always brings me joy. Eating a good meal, that brings me joy. Yeah, so my fun, the big thing that I love to do that I have not been able to do because of just the nature of what's been happening, it's traveling. I love exploring new places and seeing how people live and what are the things that they do and where they can go, and just the way the culture is. I really love that aspect of traveling, and not to mention the relaxation, because I really tap out when I travel. Like completely, like no, like I'm just being, and it supports me because I am doing so much when I'm like here and being present and serving and doing, there's always a million things on the plate. So I love traveling for that because I just get to go with the flow.
Yes. And you mentioned dancing. I remember when, this is a side note, because that's one thing that I always remember about you. LaToya was such an amazing dancer. And we used to come up with dance routines and all that.
Yes, you did it for the talent show. Yes.
That's something some of you might not know about me. When I was younger, I used to dance, and we both went to dance school. So
That's right.
We used to be practicing dance routines and all
That's
that.
right. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Like, just because I get images as you're saying that, I like see us in Kajanga and in the room and then on the stage. It's so outstanding that 20 plus years later, here we are still doing the work.
Yes.
At a higher level where we are supporting and serving others. It's incredible.
It is incredible. And I could imagine one of the things when you talk about lessons, because I'm going back to your book again, is learning to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the life lessons, because as we get older, sometimes we forget, our childlike ways. And it's right to be childlike, but not childish,
Right, that's right. That is so important. I say that all the time, that our adult is never upset. It's the inner kid that is still trying to get their way that brings that upset. And that's because they're not getting that attention to have fun and to go and to just, have a good time in the park, or to, get ice cream, or, like really being able to let all of the layers go down and be present in the joy that is available.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably why I put a smile on my face when you mentioned dance, and then I just went back to when we were on stage, because
Yes.
Real Love by Mary J. Blige, yes, I'm showing my age. We actually did a dance routine with that song, Real Love.
Yes.
So every time that song comes on, that memory comes up.
That's right. And we would try to coordinate the outfit to look.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was amazing. That was so good.
Yeah, fun times. Well, LaToya, can you tell everyone where they could reach you, if they would like to book a coaching session with you, or even to purchase your book, or to even get to know more about you? How could they reach you?
Sure. So on my website, it's www.yhtcoaching.com. You can go to book me, that's right at the top, and you can get a consultation for 15 minutes, complimentary. And you can also get a copy of Life Lessons That Heal the Soul right there too. It's right there in the shop. And I'm also on Instagram, and that's at YHT Coaching. So I'll say that again, at YHTCOACHING.
Yes, nice. And if you are watching this episode on YouTube, all this information will be in the description box below.
Yeah.
I have to say, LaToya, it's been a pleasure reconnecting with you. And just, I'm so happy it's bringing up such great memories of our childhood and the time we had together.
Absolutely.
I'm thankful to have met you on this journey.
Definitely. Yes, me too. I'm so grateful for reconnecting, and this was fun. I had a good time. I'm like, oh, it's over already. It was fun. You are awesome, and thank you for the work that you're doing in our community and helping us all get to be really well holistically. So I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you everyone for watching. Peace and blessings to you, and much abundance. I would like to thank my dear friend LaToya Stone for her words of wisdom. It was a pleasure reconnecting with you. And a special thank you to my subscribers. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, click the like button, share, and leave a comment down below, letting me know how you enjoyed today's episode. Holistic health and much abundance